Hi all, back again with a video on the imminent recession. I wanted to give a clear explanation as to why this recession is happening and why it's likely to be such a bad one. The cause and severity are multifactorial, so here are the 4 reasons for the recession. As always, links are in the sources are in the description below. Now let's jump into it. First up is the boom-bust cycle. The financial system goes in and out like the tide, with a cycle of boom and bust. Loose rule of thumb, we tend to see about a bust every 10 years, and the last one was in 2008. So we're about 4 years overdue. In these bust boom cycles, we see greed creeps in and investors become over leveraged in their positions and buy overvalued investments. This leads to an unsustainable bubble that once popped ripples through the rest of the financial system, often being triggered by some sector of the economy getting caught up in some shady practices. In 2008, this was the real estate sector, and the bubble was because of bad mortgages, essentially, being bundled together. This recession, I suspect, will revolve around the bonds market and the practice of over-shorting. In China, this will definitely be the real estate sector and their practice of overbuilding. Next up, we have the Great Demographic Shift. Between 1900 and 1950, the world saw a great agricultural revolution with the mass introduction of machines and fertilizer, along with vast improvements in the medical system, primarily with the introduction of antibiotics. This combined with post-war baby making, and you get a population explosion called the baby boom, which has led to an unprecedented growth in the economy as a large generation moved into the workforce, became wealthy, purchased products, and saved their money in investments. This year, on average, is when the baby boomers retire. They are the largest, most productive, skilled, and wealthiest generation out there. With them retiring, we'll see a shortage in skilled labor, along with a shortage of investments as baby boomers take out their retirement funds to start living on them. Next up, we have the COVID-19 pandemic. Should be no surprise that COVID made the list. COVID has made a bad situation worse. Not only did COVID disrupt the global supply chain, it also led to many governments deciding to print more money and take on more debt to pay for temporary COVID relief policies, essentially pushing the cost into the future. A process which many governments were already familiar with, but COVID put that process on steroids. Finally, we have the Russia-Ukraine war. Russia is the second largest oil exporter in the world and the largest natural gas exporter in the world. Sanctions on Russia and the ongoing war zone is leading to rising energy prices around the world. Rising energy prices affect the entire economy, as the vast majority of products are either made with oil, require oil to operate, or require transport using oil. A rise in oil price leads to everything getting more expensive. On top of that, the war is also leading to rising food prices, as Russia is the #1 exporter of wheat in the world, and Ukraine is the 5th largest exporter of wheat in the world. Thanks for watching. Wish you all the best. God bless. Have a good one.